Make sure to like Cavemans Corner on Facebook and definitely click subscribe right now. You'll keep up to date with MMA news, you can hear our podcast, and see our funny videos. Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now! Welcome to Cavemans Corner. You're here with your host, Jeff, Captain Caveman Dens. And today, I have a guest, one of the best fighters in the world, a guy that kicks my teeth in every time we train. He's fighting for the Bantamweight title in Bellator MMA. His name is Patchy No Love Mix. Hey, how's it going, Pat?
How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Awesome to finally have you on. I saw that you finally signed that fight with Archuleta and you announced it to the public. How did it feel to finally have a title fight in Bellator?
Feels good, man. We're scheduled. The rumor's been we've been scheduled to fight. Basically almost the rumor's been for me. Behind the scenes almost all year. So I've known I was ready for him. So now to have the date, work out because we were supposed to fight last month in July, but now to have it rebooked for September 12th, I think it's perfect. So excited, man. Happy. I'm relieved just to have the fight booked, and in 3 weeks I'm ready to go do the damn thing, man.
Hell yeah, man. Opportunity of a lifetime. You've been waiting for this fight for a long time now. You said since July. I'm sure you had a long time to come up with a game plan. What is the actual game plan for this fight?
I guess there's really no game plan, no different than anything else, man. I mean, besides, just put it all out there and, go hunt. That's what I do. I'm a hunter out there. So I'm going to take it just like my last 24 fights. I know he's ranked top 20 in the world right now. You know what I mean? He's got to be in the world right now. You know what I mean? He's got a big name. He's got all these accolades, and he trains with all these great guys. But I'm planning on doing what I do in all my other fights, and planning on going out there and getting him out of there, finishing him,
Seems like 135 lately is a division to watch in Bellator and the UFC. Lots of action. We've seen knockouts. We've seen submissions. How do you see your fight with Juan Archuleta playing out?
I feel like I'm primed. I'm prepped the correct way. With the team that I've had and the camps I've had, the amount of time I've had to get ready for him, I know that I'm prepared to my fullest. This will be the fourth time I really have ever had a fight with the team that I have around me in the training camp specifically. I used to come to Jackson's and I would just blend in with the classes. But when I first signed to Bellator and I started, paying my gym dues and, it was more, let's say lucrative financially, I then hired more coaches on my staff and my team, that helped me. So with this here, this is only my fourth time having a coach every day focusing on a different discipline that I'm working on. So I feel like I'm definitely improving and I'm getting better. And, that goes to show we've had 3 fights in Bellator and they've only lasted none of them's been out of the first round with this new, kind of program I've put together with my team. So, I'm planning, I see it playing out the same way, man. I got the best team around me, the best coaches, multiple-time world championship coaches, multiple-time world champions around me too. So I feel like with the opportunity here and with the training that I've been doing and the dedication that I've had, I feel like this right here is going to be my big coming out party. That's how I see it playing out. I think I look fantastic.
You look fantastic when we're in the gym. Everything you do is more precise and calculated. In your fights, there's been no wasted motion at all, man. Before, when you were on the back, you were on someone's back in like seconds as soon as the fight started in those King of the Cage days. Sometimes it'd take you a whole round, maybe 2 to finish the fight, though. Now, there's no waste of time. You're just precision. Even on the bigger stage against the best opponents in the world, you're finishing guys and making it look easy.
Yeah, I think that's important, man. And it's the team, the dedication, the commitment level. My biggest thing isn't, for me, it's like, it's the weirdest thing, but I guess it's a double-edged sword. My biggest, I think my most positive trait that I have is that I love to train, and you can't get me out of the gym and when I'm out here or when I, anywhere really. You just can't get me to stop training. So it's like a double-edged sword, having that, and then also when you always are training, you overtrain, you get a little banged up. So I think I have a good team that's keeping me balanced right now. You keep it Pat, as we're getting close to this fight. Hey, Pat, go take a rest. Don't, Greg Jackson's all over my ass with it, man. So I'm listening to him because I know he's coached some of the best world champions in the world. So, I'm just trying to listen to his advice and, take what he has to say in.
Yeah, you're definitely doing that. I know how hard it is to get you out of the gym to get these interviews, so I definitely understand that. I saw some talk on social media. I don't know if I want to give his name any credence out there, but he said that you were ducking him on the last Bellator card. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, there's just guys in the division they're just chasing my name and my clout. I'm at the top of the list. I'm obviously fighting for a world title. But, I've almost won 25 fights in a row. I fought any of the hardest guys, traveled, I just the number 3 guy in Rising, I'm not scared of no one that's, beats me, basically a prelim fighter calling my name when I'm scheduled to fight, I know who you're talking about. I don't even give that kid any name. I don't even give that kid any credit for, none of that shit. But my opponent had pulled off on July 24th. And they offered me a non-title fight against a different guy, like 8 days out, and this kid calls that running. I think that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. Now I just told him that I wanted to reschedule my title fight. So, I think my opponent pulled out my 24th. I waited 6 weeks. Now I got my title shot. I could have went out there and fought, but I'm not here to fight for peanuts. I'm here to fight for world titles now, and that kid's still fighting for peanuts. So he could just remain down at my prelims and the beginnings of cards while I'm headlining.
Yeah, now you have to earn a shot, man. When you're the champ. Yeah, now you have to earn a shot, man. When you're the champ, then you can't run for nobody when you're the champ, but you gotta get there first. And whatever you gotta do, you have to get there.
Yeah, we don't run from anyone, anyways, man. We take all fights. If opponent's gonna pull out and I'm gonna get a week's notice, though, I'm gonna make sure that the fight's gonna it's going to have to either be for the same amount of, like lucrative shit that I'm getting, like the titles, if that's, or the money, or it's got to be a similar opponent to my opponent, you know what I mean? If I didn't have a world title fight, though, bro, but, I basically fight anyone. I've had like 10 fights where a guy's pulled out and I just took the fight, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know for sure. I'm not saying you're trying to duck the fight. What I was saying is, we talked about this a lot, and your goal is to beat a champion. So if you take that fight...
No, I know that. I'm just explaining to you from, like, my perspective, you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, though. I'm not saying that at all.
All right,
I'm
cool.
just saying, because that kid's just trash and he's not on the same level, so they couldn't let him fight for the title. So, unfortunately, it'll happen, though, Hopefully he works his way up so I can put him right back down.
That's what I like to hear. You were in camp for that card, and then you didn't get a fight. What was that like? I know how much camp costs, and you have to be away from your daughter. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it costs money, man, but I think that, like, the camp was good for me. I invested in myself. I was in Albuquerque and, learned some new techniques, learned some stuff about myself, and I basically have more time to get ready for him. So I'm kind of happy with the way things played out, Unfortunately, I would have liked to fight for the world title sooner, as it was scheduled sooner. But, it all works out for a reason, man. I'm very, very grateful just to have the fight back. And I'm very grateful to have gone to camp in July, you know what I mean, in June, to get ready. But, yeah, man, we did lose a little money. The time, we can't get the time back either because, I'm away from my family, my daughter, and that's important. So I guess just those things, man, just the time I would like back, with the baby.
Yeah, for sure. How is your daughter doing?
My daughter's doing well right now. Yeah, she's back home, and I've been able to FaceTime her. The family's doing well. Everyone's looking forward to it. My mom and, the relationships I have back home. My daughter's mother, her grandparents, everyone's working together to ensure that Miara's, very happy and, loved. So, when her dad's out of town. So, I'm grateful and I'm excited about this opportunity here, because I have an opportunity to change my life as well as my family's, my daughter's life, not just financially, but just, my legacy-wise, I want to win this opportunity here, because I have an opportunity to change my life as well as my family's, my daughter's life, not just financially, but just, my legacy-wise, I want to win this title and put my name, have my name, like my picture on those banners, at all these arenas where Bellator shows their events, I want to be, it's called the championship wall or whatever. They have a strip that hangs up right over the cage and stuff. I want to be on that, man. That's what I've been dreaming of.
You're showing her that you can do anything that you put your mind to, man. That's a great example for her.
Yeah, no matter how big the goals are, or no matter how far away you are. I mean, six and a half years ago, I had 0 fights. I was actually 0-1 because I lost a kickboxing fight. So when I was like 17 or 18 years old, so I had 0 fights, and I worked and clawed my way all the way up here. It's almost been 7 years. I've traveled around the world. I've been to so many different gyms. I've made a lot of different relationships, and blood, sweat, tears. I stayed on there freaking tearing up, bleeding, with everybody. So with this opportunity, man, I think it's going to show my daughter a lot, and it just shows her that you can do anything you put your mind to, even though how far you are, how far out you are. And I remember, like I said, there's a ranking of maybe up to 3,000 to 5,000 fighters in the world, at my weight class or whatever. Right now, I'm freaking, I'm all the way up in top 30. Right now, I want to crack top 15 right here. Hopefully, maybe even top 10 if I could really viciously finish them. So, I'm getting to where I want to be, but far from where I need to be still. So, it's a lot more hard work to do.
How is training going up there with COVID? Is there any restrictions for you guys training? You guys are all pros, so you shouldn't have too many restrictions, right?
Yeah, I mean, COVID down here is a little bit different than back home because same, with masks, mandated masks, no matter, the local stores, locally, and then also in the gym, you see a lot of us with masks, but our training is definitely slimmed down. It's more quality work as opposed to quantity. I'm working with only high-level pros. I haven't worked with any. I'm only working with 145, 155-pound professional fighters right now in little pods and setting up maybe 5, 6 people in group training. And it hasn't changed, man. It's got me working. I think it's a perfect fit for right now, and it's definitely helped my training. I think having more individual time with my coaches watching me.
So when you fight, there's going to be no crowd, correct?
Yeah, there's going to be no crowd, and we're going to fight what's called the fight sphere. So it's basically they've cleansed the arena where we're going to be fighting, and it's basically a bubble. So once you're in the bubble, you cannot leave the bubble. You know what I mean, of that arena. And then I guess you get done with the fight, you win. You walk out, you get interviewed, you immediately don't even put your clothes on. You walk right out the bubble with your shorts on. Now you're in the lobby of the hotel. And then you put your mask on, walk back up to your room, then you change and stuff.
Damn.
So it's definitely different, man. No fans, no crowd, and all your corners are, I believe, wear masks as well, too. So it's a little bit different.
Man, that's crazy. How do you think that's going to affect you when you fight with no crowd? How much do you feed on the crowd?
Man, I don't think it's going to affect me not one bit. I don't really give a shit about that, man. The crowd and I like to put it on for the crowd. I like to just, the only thing I like about the crowd is that I get to give everyone in my family go out on a night where they wouldn't normally be doing something maybe exciting, and they can go watch a fight and be part of that crowd. Like that, when I'm in there, I don't feel for the, hear the crowd, then I start going harder like I'm in a WWE match getting submitted. You know what I mean? I just look at it like, I just look at it like I'm grateful to give people opportunity. But the crowd, no crowd, front yard, the backyard, the parking lot, the gym locker room, it don't matter. Wherever we're going to fight, me and him are scheduled to fight, and, it's on the line. Then it don't matter. It don't matter if there was no referee and it was just me and him. We know who'd win. You know what I mean? Well, we find out who'd win.
Well, if you don't think you're gonna win, you're definitely in the wrong sport, man. I know for sure that you have to have that desire and the belief in yourself, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, man. But I'm just saying as a fact of like, dude, there don't even saying as a fact of like, dude, there don't even need to be referees or judges or none of that. You know, one of us are gonna go in there and finish the other one, and I'm very confident in my ability in doing so. So no crowd, man, equals no problem, man. I'm excited.
I love it. Are Art and Dennis going to be able to make it up for you?
Yeah, so my corner is going to be, I got Harry St. Ledger, Art, and Dennis. So we've traveled the world together, us three. We call this round 4 here because since we've been together, Harry's only been in my corner since I made my debut in Madison Square Garden. And Harry's my head corner. He's my the fucking wizard of it all, you know, if what I'm doing here. So, I mean, he's got me firing like a different, you know, when I'm ready to fight, man, I could submit, I can do crazy things. So, I mean, next level, next generation stuff that people have not seen yet still. So, yeah, Harry's my guy. And then I got Dennis and Art, and they're my other guys that have been with me since the beginning, have taught me, brought me up since I've been a kid. And the most thing that I need in my corner out of them all is they all have the technical ability, but I need to be able to trust, and I need to be that love, you know? We say no love, but at the same time, like, it really is all love amongst us all. We're just like a tight-knit family. And I'm grateful to be able to have this opportunity so that they can experience this opportunity with me, alongside me too, not just to watch it. You know what I mean? They're going to be there, right there, walking with me, and I think that's very important. It's just very important to me. You know what I mean? It's as well as it is to them, but it's just very important to me. You know what I mean? In this specific scenario, to have this opportunity and be able to have Art and Dennis with me.
I love the fact that you have them guys with you. I think it says so much. You have them guys with you. I think it says so much as a person that you keep them with you, even as you've found this high level of success. It's like a stereotype that, you know, an athlete makes it big, they leave their old coaches, man. You've been sticking with them for as long as I've known you. Art's like Mr. Miyagi, dude. I don't know how old he is. He's an older guy, and he's got this big beard. And watching him try and text on his phone, watching him get ready for Bellator was the highlight of me watching you fight on the big show, man. I have to say that.
Yeah, it was big, man. It's important, man. I think that it's just important, man. And they've taught me things outside of just fighting. You know, Art's taught me a lot about being a man, a lot about being a father. You know, in those ways. So, you know, to have the opportunity to do this job with them is just it's important. And they brought me up. You know, when I was 15 years old, those guys were also men still. You know, they were men when I was a boy. So when I was a young boy myself. You know, Art's been coaching me, telling me what to do and things to him since I've been that young. So now it's, let's say, 11, 12 years later, you know, we're fighting for a world title. And if you really look back at it from the first day I met him till now, him or I really haven't changed. You know what I mean? Our relationship's never changed. So super genuine, super important, and same with Dennis and I.
I love the fact that he comes out to your little training area back home in the 716 and puts you through workouts still too to this day. That just makes me happy, man. The interaction that you guys have is something very, very special. And I think it's going to really play out. And when they make a movie about you, that's going to be part of the movie.
Yeah, man, it'll be important, you know, and all the material things that we've ever gotten from this, you know, it never meant anything. It was always just about the experience and stuff, you know. I am just so grateful and honored to be able to, like when I was in Japan, to be able to give them an opportunity to go to Tokyo. I mean, I think Art's been there, but as far as Dennis and Harry, they haven't. So to give them an experience that, and then also the material thing about it, like I think Ryzen gave me like a nice big ass trophy, and I didn't fly home with Harry, but I just handed it to Harry off, and I was like, dude, that's gonna collect dust at my house. You know, it might sit in my car for like a month. So, you know, I just want to have the people that I love with me, you know, and I really care for, and it's going to be important, you know. Who knows? I might win 5 of these Bellator belts, and these 3 might all have one of them hanging in their house somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What it means, you know, we're all doing this together. So it's not just me going out there being a world champion. We're going to win the world champion as a team, not just as Pat.
I love that, man. I love the fact that you gave me a pair of Bellator gloves. You signed them. You do this with me. I appreciate it. You don't forget the guys that you came up with, and that's really important. And I want everyone to know that you do that stuff. That's awesome. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's not about I'm the same guy as I ever was, man. Let's say you win 100 fights. I think I'm going to remain the same person. I'm always going to be humble, and I'm always going to be myself. You know what I mean? So it's ingrained in my personality. So I think that's important, and I love giving back, man. If you train with me in the gym, man, I'll basically do just about anything for you if I can. So
I love
you
it.
train with me in a positive light, not maliciously. If you train maliciously with me, I'll beat your ass.
For sure. So let's say best case scenario, you go out there and you submit Archuleta in the first round with some crazy submission no one's ever seen before. What's next after that?
Or who knows, man? I might be bringing some and knock his ass out too. Who knows? But if I go out there and I make magic happen, and I have a history of repeating itself. 14 wins in the first round. There's 14 times I never went back to my corner. So to go out there and make magic happen, put them away. Next thing you know, you blink, Pat, you're the world title holder, which can happen, which might happen, and which I'm gonna, I'm planning on making happen. Then I've established myself in the world. I'm a world title holder. I'm ranked in the world. I'll be 4-0 with 11 finishes on a 25-fight winning streak, and Sergio Pettis has next. So that's my goal, is to just like my goal has been to win all the fights I needed to earn this title shot. My goal now is to beat this guy to win this title. But you know what? On top of that, my goal is to beat this guy to earn the slot next to Sergio Pettis' name, because I'm going to need that name too.
Right. How do you think you match up with him?
Match up really well with him. We all know he's fought 25 before 125. So I think that's where his real weight is. I think the size and the strength and the leverage I have, it would be too much. But that's for another podcast down the line when we get there.
Right, that's for sure. Are you ever looking to make a UFC run at some point? 35ers were on stage last night. I think you match up pretty well with everyone that fought yesterday.
Yeah, man. I really enjoy being with Bellator. I signed a long-term deal with Bellator, so I believe this is my home for, this is my home. So I'm not really interested in that, that whole thing. But yeah, there are some really good fighters over there, as there are in Bellator. I just want to just beat as many guys and run this record up as much to where I'm number one in the world. So you know what? Who knows? Maybe those guys will say, I want to go fight him because he's the best.
Right. I mean, that happens all the time. In the old days, they used to speculate that all the time between UFC and Pride, and I really think you're going to make that happen.
Yeah, I always hear the grain talking, the left side of whatever, the internet, talking about how the UFC's got the best guys and Bellator, they just shit on us Bellator guys, but at the same time, man, I'm one of the best. I'm gonna be the best bantamweight in the world, if I'm not already. So, and it just so happens that I'm signed with Bellator. You know what I mean? So, I want to hear I'm gonna get this title and I'm gonna try to run it up to be number one in the world.
Right, and Bellator wants guys that are gonna make them compete with the UFC. That's why they want you. They're trying to make you the best 35er in the world. So. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, and I think that Bellator's doing a good job with that. I think that Bellator is really good. I think Scott Coker takes care of us. You know what I mean? He's a real good boss. He looks out for his fighters, and he pays his fighters. So, I really do got a lot of respect for him, and I see what he's doing. He's really hunting these other names. We've got Cyborg. I think Corey Anderson just came over. He's signing guys from left and right, all different places. He's taking risks doing cross-promoting events, having Risen versus Bellator. Granted, we won in Bellator. Bellator beat the Ryzen in the Super Fight Series, but just to be able to take a risk in that setting, I think that that shows that Scott Coker's open to growing the sport of mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. I agree 100%. And the thing that really sticks out about him is when he canceled that card due to COVID, he paid all the fighters, man. That's huge.
Yeah, and he was the first to do that, and I think that's important. He set the tone for other promotions to do that as well, because you say, you look at it, you're like, well, Bellator 241, they all, you know, you look at it, you're like, well, Bellator 241, they all, you know what I mean? They all got paid. So that when other promotions, that's what I think that fighters work. Well, they got paid, you know what I mean? I think it's only right if you pay us all. So I think, especially because they showed up. All those guys showed up to the fight, you know? And I think Coker even went above and beyond and paid them their full purse, not just their show money. He paid them, like, show and win money, I believe, everyone.
Wow.
So, you know, I got a lot of respect for the guy just for that. And, shit, man, I wish I was on that card.
That would have been a nice payday for free. But, I mean, it's not really for free. Those guys put all the time in. Like, I can't even imagine how horrible that would be.
It reminds me of my buddy Christian Edwards. He's 3-0 in Bellator, but he's had 2 other Bellator fights fall through, so he should be 5-0 in Bellator. But the one time, the one guy came over 25 pounds overweight, so Bellator paid him. You know, they gave him his full purse. And the other time, the guy just never showed. No, the guy, or he pulled out last minute, got sick or something. Just, you know, he got nervous or something. He didn't want to fight or something, I think. And then Christian got paid again. So I'm like, well, but Christian's always done his job. Show up to the fight, make weight. And, you know, these other guys, I guess, couldn't fight him. It just shows him as a boss, you know. It makes me feel like, okay, if anything happens with my opponent, because I know I'm going to do the things that I need to do in order to make the fight, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just as a fan. So it just makes me think, like, if anything happens with my opponent, they're not professional, or even, like, something like as crazy as COVID happens, you know, that my boss is still going to find a way to keep us at work, you know, or keep us working, or at least, you know, let's say a fight fell through like that, he's willing to pay the whole card, you know. I think that's important.
Yes. Great peace of mind too, especially trying to train with COVID. You never know what's going to happen, and like that really helps fighters be able to do it.
Yeah, it's been COVID's been difficult. I could imagine for the promotions too, because, you know, no fans and doing everything, still trying to make their TV deals, still trying to put on shows. Like that's what the UFC is doing. You can see they're because they got that ESPN deal, so they're trying to throw massive amounts of cards in order to hit their bonus, you know what I mean, or something.
Yeah, they have a certain number of fights they need to make, so they have to keep putting them on. It probably hurts you guys more because you're probably a little bit more dependent on the gate, right?
Yeah, I guess I think that Bellator doesn't have a deal with ESPN or nothing, but I know they have their own deals, and their own deals are very good in their own right. Like I could imagine. I mean, I think Viacom owns Bellator, and that's what Bellator's playing through with all the but I'm not sure. I'm sure that Scott Coker has really good deals. I think the promotion's really thriving, and I think COVID definitely is gonna impact all businesses. But I think that Bellator and the way Scott Coker's business mindset is, I think that he could definitely recover too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
just as he is now. You know, I think he did it the smart way and really took his time. He didn't just rush into cards. He really assessed the board of all sports. He took all the way from March to, you know, I think like 5 months off straight. You don't really see that with promotions. I think like LFA and some other ones were even started before Bellator.
Yeah, he's done a really good job, and like there's a great demand for sports right now. There's still a lot of stuff around here is still shut down, so people want to watch. So there'll be even more eyes on you when you fight, and it's probably a good thing for all the fighters too. A lot more views.
Yeah, a lot more views, and it just so happens, you know, this will be my first headlined event, but this will be my first fight that I'm fighting at the Paramount Network, as opposed to just, this is going to be important for me. It's also, this marks the last, this event right here, Mixed versus Archuleta. You notice I say mixed first. This will mark the last event that Bellator has on Paramount Network. So I'm the main event, so I will actually be the last Bellator fight that's ever been played on Paramount Network.
Man,
you know,
that's awesome.
I want to close this show out good. You know, I mean, I think they got a new TV deal. I'm not extremely keen on the full details of it all, what it is, so I'm not going to go into too many details about it. But I see that they have a new TV deal, and like for me to be able to, like I said, to be the last fight ever on Paramount, to strap on these Bellator gloves, man, shit, it's gonna be dope, man. It's gotta be a true patchy mix, patchy mix show. You know, it can't be I don't know, man, you know? Just like it was when I started headlining these King of the Cage shows, man. You know, I make magic happen. You know, the arena, you can feel it. It's a different aura. It's something special. You know, I'm going to bring that to the main event of the biggest fight of my life. And, you know, to do it on such a big stage for the world title that I am, it's going to be incredible, man. You know, it's only one that could do it the way I'm going to do it, you know?
Yeah, that is amazing. And the energy that you had when you fought was just amazing. But it probably helps that you sold about 3,000 tickets for every one of those, too.
Yeah, the energy, it's the buzz of it all, man. It's the energy and it's the buzz. But, man, just being in the big show, man, fans or not, I think this has just as much energy, if not more, man. I've only felt it for 6 minutes. 3 fights in 6 minutes, man. So, you know, I'm itching, you know. I'm fiending to this, man. So, you know, I'm itching, you know. I'm fiending to go out there and feel that adrenaline, feel that nervousness, you know. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to it, you know what I mean? So to not have it for, let's say, it's going to be 9 months and 12 days because I fought on December 31st last in Tokyo, Japan. So, and I made magic happen there, so, you know, in front of 43,000 people. So this show's going to be 100th of a times that, you know what I mean, of a minimal of that, like a divide. If that was 100 times more stressful, more anxiety, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like I'm comfortable and confident in this setting, you know what I mean? Coming off the biggest win of my career against a guy that had more wins than this guy right now. You know, Yuki Matoya's got 25 wins as a professional fighter. He's almost got like 20 finishes. So, and I just took him out in 80-something seconds. So to be out there in Japan and then to come home with me, that's important because it's like, I just know that it's going to be good, you know. It's going to be a cool opportunity, you know, and I'm really, really, really itching to get back in there.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing to see you. I want to bring it back before I let you go, back to the 716. You give a lot back and you coach wrestling. Do you think that's going to be able to happen this year, or do you have any idea what's going on with coming back home and coaching, or is that pretty much done?
I'm going to definitely be involved with the program. I don't know personally if I'm personally going to be coaching this year, especially with the COVID going on. It's extremely important because I have a daughter, and I don't know if wrestling itself will be going on, but I also don't want to take too many risks. Let's say if they, you know, they have me fight, and then I'm around all the kids, and then, you know, someone has COVID,
Right.
you know, so I have a world title to defend as well. So, if one, you know, God willing, when I win this fight. So, but I don't know if wrestling is going to happen this year. I don't even know really about schools and stuff. So I guess with COVID, you just got to take it a day at a time. And I'm hoping eventually we get a vaccine and we can all, you know, as in like a country, just move past this, you know, in the world, should I say.
They've already canceled the football this year, so I mean it's pretty possible wrestling's gonna be canceled too.
Well, wrestling is going to be the last on the list because it's so involved with touching and breathing. Like, you know, football I think is even better. Basketball is probably even better. But if you think about the most, I mean, think about me putting someone in a headlock. You know what I mean? You're right over them. You know what I mean? You're sweating right on them. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's the best. So I mean, I don't know. I just hope that you know, we just hear good news as the days pass.
Right, for sure. And if anyone doesn't know, you give so much back to the community, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone at your school appreciates it, and everyone everywhere appreciates it. You even give back to the guys on your old team when you're back in town. And
yeah, I just put an interview up today. I did a podcast with the Wrestling Roundtable the other day, and we talked a big segment about you guys and the teams. So, you know, a big shout out to all my teammates too: Alex Castellano, Gia, Afro, Pat, Derek, you, Superfly, Solomon, Ali, Rexepi, Matt Flores. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, even guys from other gyms: Antonio Smith, Bader. I mean, the list goes on, and you know, I have so many people that I've trained with. So to be able to fight for this title and you know, train with all those guys, you know, you really couldn't have done it by yourself. You know, all this was evolving each day at a time. So, you know, I really am with having shared the mats with all these different people from the West New York gym to West New York MMA to the old Victory gym to the Knockout Factory days, Matt Morris, Jake Anderson, so yeah, I definitely want to give it back to them all, and I think that it's going to be important to win this title and bring it back to the Buffalo area, Angola specifically, like I've been saying. I think it can help grow the mixed martial arts in our area. You know what I mean? I want to help grow the community. I want to help grow kids that maybe aren't comfortable in other sports, get them into jiu-jitsu, get them into wrestling, or even if they don't like wrestling, just maybe self-defense to teach them to be confident in themselves. And all these other guys, too, other guys that look up to me, and, the way I looked up to Dennis and these other people that were already, made it, if I could be a Bellator champion, to have those guys look up to you. I am one of them still, a student of the game. I think that's important, and I think we'll just help the morale of MMA in our area. I really want to help grow it, and I don't want to run from it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be so big that MMA's not around here. I want to be so big that I'm the one that grows, that helps grow the community of MMA. You know what I mean? Not jiu-jitsu specifically. Only, I'm not saying not jiu-jitsu. I'm saying not only jiu-jitsu, not only boxing. I want to grow the mixed martial arts scene. I want to grow jiu-jitsu there. Teach the jiu-jitsu that I have, because I specialize heavy in no-gi. And just give back, man. I really want to. I think that bringing this belt is like super important, man. Besides Rashad Evans, no one's really going out there and doing what I'm going to do. So
it's about time.
Yeah, so that's the opportunity. And just a big shout out and thank you to all those guys, man, that I named. Well as all the guys at Jack. Big shout out and thank you to all those guys, man, that I named. Well as all the guys at Jackson's too. You know what I mean? All my training partners, man. If you can't do it, like I said, I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it with everyone. So. I remember those big old days where we had all the team pictures after like TNT days. I'm gonna get a team picture of me with the Bellator belt wrapped around not even my shoulder, probably with all my fans holding it, with like an army of people from Angola to Buffalo to Amherst, Sweet Home, everywhere, man. There's so many people that support. So it's all what it's about, man. It's not about. Money and that shit's all great, bro, but I don't do it for $1. They told me I could do the same thing, the same fight for nothing, just the belt, no money. I do it then, you know what I mean? In a heartbeat. So, I do this because I love it, and I really, really, really want to represent our area in this big title fight here.
And that's why the word that I love, man. I can't say anything more than that. Thank you so much. Anything you got to plug?
Anytime, man, and thank you. I appreciate you. And just thank you to all my sponsors. There's a whole long list of them. I don't want to forget any of them. So, there's a few new ones that hopped on with me, man. Cloud Chasers, they hooked me up, man. I like those guys. Super cool. Dude, there's so many, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, there's just so many that I got with me. I want to just thank them all. Spears and Co Jewelry. My boy Ryan Spears, he's the best jeweler in town. Go see him. Brendel Painting. They're a main sponsor for me, help me get out to camp. Oak Grove Technologies, Hayabusa. I have so many of them, man. So I don't want to forget any of them. And if I did, I'm definitely going to be plugging them. Just look at my banner and look at my shorts. And for me, being in this title fight, I really represented a lot of local businesses. So when you do see me walk out, take a look at my shorts and my banner, and take a look at those businesses, because they're all local businesses that could help you, anybody from our area, in multiple different things.
Awesome, man. When you get a picture of the banner sent, I'll link it to this, and then everyone can see it all the time, too.
Yeah. Well, the banner's not coming out till I get to fight week, so it's going to be a little while. So if they follow me on Patchy Mix on Facebook, Patchy Mix on Instagram, and Team Mix MMA on Twitter. And then I'm going to be posting all about my sponsors, my banners, and those businesses that I'm working with. And then you can link from there and follow them and show some support for my team, please.
Definitely. I always help someone that helps a fighter, man. That's what I always say. Thank you so much for your time, and we're out.